Well, hi everyone. Now you might be wondering, why am I not my normal jovial self? Because I'm dressed in black. Carol's dressed in black. No, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. But black might be a superstitious color. I mean, after all, the black cat and all these other superstitions about the black magic arts. Nothing to do with some of the terminology that's being used in the political world. I want to correct myself there. But we are going to be talking about some of the occult superstitions, things you never even knew. And who knows, when we're done talking about these superstitions, you too might or might not be afraid of a black cat. You too might not have salt shakers around the house and all these other superstitions. Because maybe, just maybe, some of the things that are happening to you, how you have no control over. Maybe these superstitions are correct. Maybe these legends are correct. Or maybe not. Maybe it is, as we know, sometimes we call this a Yiddish expression called a Baba Misa. Or sometimes it isn't. But I know that deep down inside, when I go through some of these superstitions, there are some that you'll be saying, that's ridiculous. But I do it. And we'll be able to prove some of those. So my name is Andy Greenberg, and this is
Carol Greenberg.
And we are about to begin the plunge into the world of superstitions. Are you ready? Are you nervous? Are you scared of what's to come? Is there good luck coming, or is there bad luck coming? A black cat! Oh my gosh! What do we do with the black cat? Oh my gosh, what do we do? Do we walk past it? Do we go around it? And what happens if the black cat walks under a ladder? Is that a double bogey? Is that double problems? Aha! So where did the idea of the black cat come from? And why are we so afraid of black cats? Well, let's begin the discussion. Number one, would you ever adopt a black cat?
I don't see why not. I'm not a huge fan of cats, so I probably wouldn't adopt a cat.
No cats for adoption.
No cats for adoption.
None whatsoever.
No.
Amazing, amazing. Why not?
I like dogs better.
Would you take a black dog?
I would.
So why does a black cat seem like something of superstition?
Because we've heard about it. We've heard about it with the witches and the black cats, and I don't know. Like you said, black is a foreboding color.
Aha. Well, let's find out as we begin. First of all, black cats are witches in disguise.
Ooh.
Yes, you heard me say it right here today. Black cats are witches in disguise. How do we know this? Because the black cats were also killed during the trials in Massachusetts in the 17th century.
I did not know that.
Yes, when in fact they went ahead and persecuted and executed witches, they also executed the black cats because they too were causing all the trouble in the city of Salem, Massachusetts. Did you know that, Carol?
I did not know that.
Ooh, the fear of the black cat.
I knew about the witches, but I never knew about the black cat.
Ah, and of course in 16th century Italy, in case you didn't know, it was believed that the black cat, if it was on your bed sleeping with you, imminent passing away would occur. Not right away, but sometime in the future. So by all means, if you have a black cat that just comes out of nowhere as a stray, not necessarily as a pet, please be very, very careful. And here is something else that you probably didn't know. If, in fact, a black cat passes your path, it's bad luck. But what happens with a white cat?
It must be good luck.
Must be good luck. So, what happens if a white cat and a black cat go at the same time?
You're in the gray area.
I would not have come up with that answer. I would not have come up with that answer. That is brilliant. All right. Now, let's further understand that in some countries, that's the opposite. Because these superstitions are not universal. These superstitions are different for every country. For example, in Asia and in England, You'd be lucky in life if you own a black cat. In Japan, you'll have luck finding love if you spot a black cat. In parts of England, a bride will have luck in her marriage if she receives a black cat as a gift. Now, can you imagine
How many black cats she would receive?
Yeah! I didn't even think of that. Whoa, there you go. In Europe, sailors would have a safe journey if they bring a black cat on the ship. So you know what? We might do some cruises in Europe. Do you think they'll allow us to bring a black cat on? I don't know. In Scotland, you'll have prosperity if a black cat appears in your doorway or on your porch. And in France, something magical is about to happen if you see a black cat. So just like in life around the world, everybody's got different cultures. Now my question to you is, if you are a black cat, where would you want to live? Would you want to live in America where black cats are considered bad luck? Or would you want to live in the countries like we just mentioned where black cats give you really good luck? And the other question becomes, what about the other superstitions that occurred? So let's go back and understand a little bit about what the differences are between a superstition. You know the differences? Listen to this. A superstition, a myth, a legend, folklore. Did you know that all these things were different? A fable, a parable, or an urban legend. Are they all the same?
I don't think so.
They're not. But yet we sometimes fear them or adopt them. So without getting too dramatic, let me go ahead and explain what some of these are. A superstition is a widely held but unsubstantiated belief in the supernatural causation of outcomes related to particular odd rituals. That's what the black cat. So for example, you know this one because you did it just a moment ago. If you spill salt but quickly throw a pinch over your left shoulder, it is believed that the bad luck would be avoided. Now, I don't think that's true at all. You know what I think?
What do you think?
I think the geniuses who market salt made that up.
They want you to use more salt.
They want you to use more salt, a double dose. You betcha. Did you ever think of that? I don't know. But I don't know if this stuff is true or not because it is unsubstantiated. Now, the question is, are there any substantiated superstitions? No. Then they wouldn't be superstitions. They'd be true. All right, let's go to another one. What's a myth? Have any idea what a myth is?
Something that's circulated, but also unsubstantiated. You don't know anything about. It's just something that's it's a myth. It could be true. It could not be true.
Now, you're a teacher. You know you can't use the word that you're trying to define in the definition.
Yes, I know.
You can't do that. Myth is a traditional story used to explain the history of people or a natural phenomenon such as a storm or earthquake, which typically involves supernatural beings and events. Ooh, supernatural beings and events. For example, there's one in Judaism called what? The Golem, right?
Right.
That's a myth. Have you ever seen the Golem?
No. Never saw the
But
Golem.
was it supposed to do supernatural things? Oh, yeah. All right, let's talk about a legend. See, this is good. You didn't know this stuff.
No.
You think I did before I did the research? A legend, okay? A legend is a popular or traditional story associated with a particular person or place. Now, here's an example. The example is King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table.
That's a legend.
What's the legend about there?
About King Arthur and his Knights of the Round
You
Table.
can't use a definition as part of the sentence. That's got.
It's all the stories that happened to King Arthur and his team.
All right, very good. So, for example, there is an historical figure by the name of King Arthur. And, in fact, there is little proof that he actually had the round table. There's no proof. And you know what we call that in Jewish thought? A Baba Misa. Okay, it's a Baba Misa. All right, folklore. We've got some of that too. Folklore is a traditional custom and belief and stories of a particular community which are passed down from generation to generation.
And aren't they usually associated with a type of dance or a type of ritual that they use?
Yeah, it is, but it's not written down. So it's all oral. Let's go to a few others. A fable. What's a fable?
A fictitious story.
Long or short?
Short.
Very good. Fable is a short story, and for example, like the fox and the grapes, and it traditionally features
Animals.
Wow, she's good.
Yeah, the tortoise and the hare, and
she's
the
good.
little
She's
chicken
good. Yeah,
and
absolutely. And then the urban legend. All right, the urban legend is something that is unique, that we are entertaining stories passed off as factual. And you know who spreads these fable stories?
Fable stories?
Yeah, the internet.
The
All
internet.
things that passed off as, in fact, factual. But they're
I mean,
not.
so really, you shouldn't believe everything you read.
Oh, I don't know about the word everything. We could have an entirely different lecture about that. Oh my gosh, I don't believe that whatsoever. All right, so let's go over a few other things, many of them, because here are things you never ever knew. Let's begin. Have you ever known anybody who's a moron? Have you ever called anybody, you moron? Now, you might have said it to yourself. I want to tell you something. It's not their fault.
Not their fault.
Not their fault. No, it's not their fault. Because if you ever see a moron, what I'd like you to do, I'm telling you the truth. What you want to do is you want to go to that moron and say the following. Was there any time in your life that you drank water from a coconut? I don't know what's so funny. If you drank water from a coconut, you are destined to be a moron. It's not their fault. They didn't know. They didn't attend this session. See that?
Okay, fine.
You didn't know that.
Oh,
this is why you're
great.
here today. Okay?
Funny.
You did not know that. Okay? Let's go to another. This one you probably know. This one you know. Listen to me. If you have an itch in your palm, what does that mean?
Money is coming your way.
Yes. Now, should you scratch that itch?
I don't know.
No.
Don't scratch
No,
it.
do not. Please, Carol. Please, do not scratch the itch. Because the moment you scratch the itch, the money will disappear. Now, where did that one come from?
So when do you do you have to wait till the money comes?
Yes, of course. And there's proof.
Proof?
Yes. When you go to the store, post-COVID, and what happens? The person you give the guy, lady, a $10 bill, and you need change. What do? You hold your hand out. And that's, give me my money back. Carol, please, what are you
What
laughing?
does it have to do with the itch?
That's just the way they're telling you. And you must not scratch it. Please do me a favor. Don't question this stuff. Just do it. So, anybody have an itch out there? Don't scratch it. I'm not making these things up. This is very important. Now, do you want to have money come your way? Would you like to have money come your way?
Sure. Who doesn't want money to come their way?
All right, so here's what I want you to do if you want money coming your way. According to these, well, like this one has an animal. So the one with the animals are fables, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one would be a fable. Here you go. Post-COVID, I want you to stand outside. I want you to look for a bird flying overhead. And I want you to time it precisely for when that bird poops on your head. I don't make this up. When the bird poops on your head, that means money is coming. And by the way, can you imagine the double bonus if the bird poops on your head and you have an itch in your palm at the same time?
Oh, what a fortune you're going to amass.
Yes, I'm telling you the truth. Now, why shouldn't you eat food that fell on the floor?
Because it's germy and dirty.
No.
Why?
Because Satan has already partaken in the food. Just to give you that one. All right, let's go with many, many more. I hope that you find these interesting because, hang on, I'm saving the best for last. So don't go anywhere because if you do, it's bad luck. All right. Throwing coins into the fountain. Where did that come from? What's the story there?
I don't know.
It's good
but
news.
Something about making a wish.
Yeah, but are the chances of that wish
from.
coming true? So here's the story.
Came from a movie. 3 coins in a fountain.
No, the movie was done after the Superstition. Nice
okay.
going. Historically, many coins contain significant amounts of copper. Aha! The copper acted as a chemical treatment in water supplies, making them safer for people to consume by killing the bacteria and providing necessary clement for health. Throwing coins into the wells and fountains is a tradition that has been associated with luck the world over.
Toss a penny into the fountain, bring some good luck.
Yeah, but it says it doesn't have to be a penny. So
Right.
the more you throw into the fountain, then of course you're going to have better luck. Now, here is the proof. You ready for this? This is what I want you to think about. What I want you to do is when you, to prove this, is I want you to take the coins, put them in the fountain, only when there's a flock of birds flying overhead.
Oh, brother.
Carol, I'm just trying to tell you here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's a couple of many more that you probably want to be able to know and understand. Avoid, in many religions, especially the Jewish one, and this is not necessarily a Jewish legend, you have the Sabbath. And on the Sabbath, you're not supposed to do any work.
Right.
Okay? You're not supposed to cut anything either. This superstition has nothing to do with Judaism. Let me go ahead and say that. However, avoid cutting and trimming your nails and hair on Saturday. Do not do it. As a matter of fact, what I would recommend, if when you hear why, post-COVID, go to all the nail parlors, go to all the beauty parlors, and talk to the people who are there on Saturday and see what their luck has been like. Because what you'll find is that they're not having good luck. Because, listen, it is believed that doing so will anger the planet Saturn and will bring bad luck. Just telling you. Just telling you.
But what about doing them at home?
No,
don't even do them.
please, Carol. Not the worst thing to be to do it at home. No, nobody should do it. All right. Now, you want to see how successful the marriage will be of your daughter or son when they bring a potential son or daughter-in-law in? You want to find out? Here it is.
I do.
You do. I'm going to tell you how to do it. What you have to do is when you sit down and talk to the people and you say, hi, how are you? What's your family like? What do you like to do? Why do you like my son or daughter? The whole 9 yards. You get to know them. Then you tell them to take their shoes and socks off.
And what are we doing? Examining their feet?
Yes. Yes. We're examining their feet.
Oh, brother.
And what are we looking for? Flat feet. Because it is said that if a woman has flat feet, she will become a widow.
What about the other way?
Not mentioned.
Oh.
It's only for a daughter. If your son wants to marry a girl. The flat feet will say she will become a widow. I'd like to see how many of you would like to try doing that. Anybody here willing to do that? Anybody?
No.
No. All right. Now, many of us go to a cardiologist. And what the cardiologist recommends is exercise, eating right, the whole thing. We know the story. We don't even have to go to the cardiologist.
Right.
But the one thing they haven't told you, even your internist or your regular doctor, is how to prevent cardiology events or disease. According to the superstitions, when you go to sleep at night, the tip of your head should be facing north. If your head faces north, it reduces the results of potential cardiovascular disease. So the next time you go to your cardiologist, the Harvard-educated individual who spent years and is one of the most famous cardiologists in South Florida, ask them, if I sleep at night and my head is facing the north, what will it do for my cardiovascular disease?
And what happens if you're direction illiterate and you don't know which way north is?
Carol, have a heart. Why are you asking those kind of questions? Okay, you know what north is. It's very simple. You didn't know these things. I don't make this stuff up. This is extremely important stuff. Now, you don't believe in superstitions? You're not with me yet? Here's test number 1. Who believes in the existence of Bigfoot?
I've heard of it. People claim to have seen it. I don't know. I'm not sure.
What percentage of Americans do you believe in Bigfoot?
20%.
Higher.
30.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, 30% of Americans believe in Bigfoot, and in fact, Bigfoot is an economical boom because they go and they look for it and they camp out and they spend money. Bigfoot is a big cash cow in the area, and people look for Bigfoot. Where did this fella come from? I have absolutely no idea. Why? I'm not even certain the guy exists.
How do you know it's a guy? Just because he's called Bigfoot doesn't mean he's a guy.
I do have an answer for that, okay? He's not very well groomed, okay? And women are well groomed, and this dude is not well groomed. This dude walks around with a bit of a hunch. He doesn't even stand upright. So there's the answer.
Yeah, thank you. That was a very good answer.
Does that satisfy you? All right. Knock on wood. Oh, I'm sorry. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
What does that mean?
Right, so people always say, oh, if they want the good luck, like a reinforcement. Oh, I hope everything's okay. Knock on wood. I hope it doesn't rain. Knock on wood.
Yeah, but why knock on wood?
I don't know.
I know what we do, but why do we knock on wood? Do you know why we knock on wood? Well, here we go. Knock on wood is said to avert bad luck that results from either talking about a subject that is taboo or accidentally committing an unlucky act. The belief arises from pagan mythology that benevolent spirits live in trees, and that touching the tree and hitting it lets you tap to the kindness of the spirit inside. So when you knock on wood, this is not really wood, okay, but wood, yeah. So when you knock on wood, you are releasing the benevolent feelings inside that tree. Now, you might want to test this because, again, post-COVID, wherever you are, I suggest that when you social distance, everybody form a ring around the tree and then take turns knocking 3 times on the tree and see what good luck it brings you. Go ahead. Yo, you remember that song? Knock 3 times to Tony Orlando and Dawn, right? And who was it? And
Tony Orlando and Dawn.
Yeah. Knock 3 times and then blah, 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 blah. All right, let's go on. How we doing so far?
Very interesting. Very funny, too.
Yeah, you're making fun of this stuff?
No, some of it is humorous.
Some people really believe in this. Here we go. See a penny and pick it up. Now, we talked about throwing coins into the fountain. You've heard that. By the way, it's not restricted to a penny. So, why do we say that? See,
I think pennies are like proof that angels exist.
Well, you're almost there. But it's kind of like the opposite. Essentially, this amounts to an invocation spoken to drive away demons that might be thinking about doing you harm. This works with any coin, not just pennies. Be aware, though. Now, I'm glad I mentioned this, okay? When you pick up the coin, it must be face up. If it's face down, don't pick it up. It means bad luck.
Oh, I'm going to pay attention to that.
Yeah. You didn't know.
Okay,
You're glad you're here.
No.
You did not know that. And of course, how about this part? Bad news comes in threes. Where did that come from? What is that all about?
I don't know. But it's something you always hear.
Yep, and what it has to do with, believe it or not, it has to do with religion.
Okay.
Here we go.
Is that the Holy Trinity?
Very good.
That's the first thing that
Very
comes to
good.
my
The
mind.
Holy Trinity. Very good, Carol. What seems to be the most relevant when referring to the deaths of celebrities or of note rather than the general public, threes are generally considered to be cosmically balanced. Woo, why? Because of the Christian Trinity. As this superstition may be connected to the fates. There are 3 fates. There's of Greek mythology, and that determines the lifespan of mortals. And here they are. They are the thread of life, the person who determines the length of the thread, and the one who cuts the thread of life. So it is both the Trinity and Greek mythology. So you got to be a celebrity because that's what we normally associated with, but that's where that comes from. All right, ever have beginner's luck?
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's when you try something new and you win at it.
Yeah, and what happens the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth time?
You don't have beginner's luck anymore.
Yeah, the luck kind of goes.
First of all, you're not a beginner.
Right. So what? But luck doesn't follow you, right? So where did this come from? This comes from that when you take risks in life, you owe their achievement to taking the risk, and chances are that will work. Now, people do this. I know so many times when you go onto the slot machines and you go for the very first one, what normally happens in the first four little things that you do?
You win.
You win.
Then you put your money back and you lose.
And you lose, right?
Right.
That's right. Not good. But is that really beginner's luck, or do they know that the machine had been sitting there idle for a while, and they know there's somebody coming, and they're going to give you a little bit of a payout?
Yes, but then you could do the first machine and then jump to the next machine for a new one and jump to the next machine.
And who does that?
You do.
Yeah, I do. And how's that been working out for me?
I don't know.
Yeah.
How's it working out for you?
I don't play all that much, by the way.
You have to play it all.
Yeah. All righty. Now, how about this one? Ever wish upon a falling star?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I have no idea. Wish upon a falling star. I don't know.
You're conditioned to do so, right?
I guess.
Yeah, well, here it is. The belief that the death of a celestial body is somehow fortuitous for something that is almost sinful, and it is likely to forward upon as a pagan. So when you wish upon a falling star, it's something magical. I don't get that one myself.
I don't either.
I've never seen a falling star. I don't know. How would you do that? Hey, falling star, I wish... What? I don't know how to do that one. Here's one. Good.
Yeah, but the falling stars may not be technically viewed as falling, but the ones that you see in the sky that are like...
Well, that's the shining star. What was that nursery rhyme song about the stars? When you wish upon a star... Oh, that's Walt Disney. Da-da-da-da. Let me move on. She poked me. You didn't see that. She move on with this. All right. Cross your fingers for good luck.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. Cross your fingers.
Anybody know where that came from?
But isn't it? Yeah, but isn't it followed by a second sentence?
Well, here we go.
Cross your fingers and hope to die?
No.
No. That's what I thought. No.
What?
I don't know where I have that.
Cross your fingers. I don't either. Cross your fingers. Well, cross your fingers for luck comes from the belief in the power of the Holy Cross. So crossing your fingers connotates a blessing of some sorts in the forthcoming endeavor, even if that endeavor is just doing something small. Curiously, many children believe that crossing your fingers, especially when hidden from view, does what?
Brings them whatever they wish for.
Nope.
What?
Nope. So if someone says to you, "Hey, I love you, and I'm going to buy you
they're
everything,"
lying about it.
They're lying about it. They're crossing their fingers, which negates the promise. Did you know that?
I just found out.
All right. Let's move on.
Okay.
The four-leaf clover. Why is the four-leaf clover luck?
I don't know. The luck of the Irish.
Have you ever seen a four-leaf clover?
I don't think I have.
Nope. All right, here we go. The four-leaf clover.
I think clovers are three-leaf.
Is an Irish superstition which stems from the belief that a shamrock, which, by the way, is also the Trinity. There are three Trinities, right? How about that one? Is the introduction of Christianity in Ireland. The shamrock stands alone for faith, for God, for Jesus, and hope. And the fourth leaf, however, stands for back and the beautiful part of life. And the leaf gives the tradition magical status because there isn't that many of them, and it means life. So that's where these come from. All right, yeah. Here we go. Now these are broken apart by country. Did you know that?
No.
Nope. Here we go. Some things you just never knew. But before I go there, the number 666, good or bad?
Bad.
Why bad?
The devil's number.
Why? Where do we know it's the devil's number?
We know it from the Bible, I think. Or something.
Yep. The New Testament. The New Testament. And it says, and I quote, let me read this to you. Here is a call for wisdom. Let the one whose insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number that is 666. And to make things even worse, the number 13 is bad luck. Why is it bad luck? Because for many reasons, but 666 also appears in the book of Revelation. What chapter do you think?
666, chapter 6, or chapter 66. Chapter 13.
Yes.
Chapter 13.
Chapter 13 is
but
where
you know
the number
what?
666
I thought I
comes
read
from.
once that 13 was a lucky number in Judaism. That it's a superstitious number and they don't have the 13th floor on an elevator. But it wasn't really a bad number in Judaism.
Ah, but I'll explain to you a little bit later. Remember, I'm saving the best for the last, so
Okay.
hang in there. Okay? Then, of course, you have lucky
7.
7. Where did lucky 7 come from?
I have no idea.
Would you like to know?
I would.
Would you believe it if I tell you? You're
I
going to
will try.
scoff it off like you've done everything else so far.
Let me hear. Is this from the dice?
No, but you
Okay,
say
I
give
don't
me
know.
the 7 because of that. Here we go. Very, very important. So here we go. There are 7 planets to the untrained eye. Did you know that?
No.
And that's part number 1. A lot of this has to do with astrology, by the way. And then there are 7 primary gods to rule these planets. The Old Testament is full of 7s. The world is created in 6 days, and God rested on the 7th. King Solomon's temple took 7 years to build. The Hebrew Torah, the 7th year of the Jewish calendar, is a holy year. The Kabbalah has a red string bracelet with 7 knots. 7 seals must be broken in the Revelation to bring about Armageddon. There are 7 deadly sins, 7 plagues, this is bad stuff, on Egypt. 7 heavenly virtues, 7 sacraments, and you sit Shiva for 7 days. There are 7 hills of Rome and 7 seas, and there are 7 continents. You know all this stuff?
No, but doesn't it take 7 years for a tree to bear fruit?
Huh, yeah.
Okay.
How many wonders of the world are there?
7.
Aha, very good. This one you should know. If you don't know this one, how many colors are there in the visible spectrum?
7.
Did you know that one? Yeah, all right. And what else we got here? And don't forget the most popular one. What else is so popular with the number 7? Although I don't know if you can use this expression anymore. So when I use the expression, please pardon me, and I mean this sincerely, until I find another expression. Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Yeah, I guess you can't say that anymore.
Because of the cancel culture?
Yeah, you can. I don't want to get involved in that. Okay.
Wow.
But I guess I really shouldn't have said that. Okay.
And
that's where 7 comes from. All good stuff. All right, here we go. Let's go to Mexico and Central America and talk about some of their superstitions and see whether or not you believe in them. Here we go. Putting a hat on a bed brings bad luck.
Okay.
Okay, not going to talk much about that. Now, here's something I don't want you to do ever again, and I mean this for all the ladies that are out there. Never, ever put a purse on the floor. Why?
Well, I don't do it anyway for germs.
Yeah, but why? Aside from that.
I don't know. Somebody will come and take your money.
Oh, sort of, but it goes even deeper than that. Even if they don't take your money, according to Mexican and Central American superstition, and when I say Mexican, I'm not talking the people, I'm talking the country. Please understand, you got to be very sensitive, which you should be anyway these days, not just these days, but always. So putting your purse on the floor will cause you to become poor. Aha.
Because somebody will come along and steal your purse.
Yes. If someone sweeps your feet and you're single, what do you think will happen?
I have no idea. Please enlighten me.
You'll never marry.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-huh. Now, here's the important one. This is very bad. Not so bad. Listen up. If you're post-COVID visiting somebody, especially in the country of Mexico or Central America, and they take a broom and they turn the broom upside down, so the broom, what do you call it? Bristles. The broom bristles face the ceiling. What does that mean? Any idea?
Nope.
It's time to get out.
They're telling you to get out?
It's time to get out.
So instead of saying get out, they have to get a broom?
Yep. Standing a broom upside down behind your door will will have unwelcome, 1, 2, 3, will make unwanted guests to leave. Okay, so what does that mean? If you are ever in a situation where somebody's hanging around you too long and you want to test this stuff, okay, go to your broom closet as you're talking about whatever you're talking about, take the broom, turn it upside down,
And somebody will say, "Can I help you sweep up?
whatever,
You have the broom on the wrong side."
and see if they leave your premises.
Okay.
To make it even worse, post-COVID, if you go visit your family and your welcome is overstayed and they really want to have the life back, they love you dearly, they embrace you. I don't want to say they don't, but sometimes enough is enough. And they start doing the thing with the broom.
Time
Listen,
to get out.
call the airlines and pay the penalty and change your flights. I'm just saying. Okay. All right, let's see what else we got here and see what they say. Let's see. Stepping, I don't want to do that one. Eating chocolate. If a eat some chocolate if a scorpion bites you. All right, let's try some of these on. Let me see. I don't want to do that one. Here's another one. Carol, let me ask you a question. You are wearing glasses. You wear glasses or contacts, correct?
I wear glasses.
You wear glasses.
Occasionally.
Okay. Now let me ask you this question. Same thing for you if you wear glasses. Do you know when your fingernails, here we go again, were first cut?
No.
No. Let me rephrase the question. Do you remember when we first cut Greg's fingernails?
No.
No. Do you remember when you cut your kid's first fingernails? Because here's what they say. Ready for this? If you cut somebody's fingernails before their first birthday, they will have bad vision.
Greg doesn't wear glasses.
That's why I asked you when we cut his fingernails.
I don't know. I don't remember.
As a matter of fact, just to share something about our son Greg, he wants to wear glasses so that he looks more distinguished with lenses that don't do anything. So in other words, they're not corrective lenses. Ever hear something like that? If you're an optometrist, anybody ever come to you? Listen, can you give me a prescription for lenses that don't do anything? I want to look smart.
Well, then now you're saying that he doesn't want to look smart. He wants to look a little older for a reason.
Well, yeah, because he wants to look smart. He wants to he wants to fit in. All right, how about this one?
He doesn't want to fit in.
Huh? How many grapes should you eat at midnight on New Year's Eve?
7.
No.
13.
Nope.
I don't know.
12.
12.
12. Well, 12 months of the year.
12 months of the year.
12 months of the year. Okay, but why?
Why?
1 for every stroke of 12 o'clock, because it is 12 o'clock too. Make a wish for each grape that you can eat. Aha! Now, we did something wrong in the year New Year's Eve 2020. 2020 was a miserable year. What we should have done, according to superstition, is we should have thrown a bucket of water out the window because it helps you wash away the past year and starts the new year off fresh.
Then we'll do it for 2021.
I believe we should do it every year, no matter what floor you live on. But where you are, I would recommend you check with management first and see if they're okay with that. I don't want to get you in trouble. Now, if they ask you why, please refer them to this today's session, because now they'll have a reason why. That's all.
And by the way, bucket of water.
And by the way, ask them to be with you and help you. They don't just have to be bystanders. Have them come and watch you. All right. Now, ever have a nightmare? So here's something interesting. According to the Mexican and Central America superstitions, that if you have a nightmare and you tell somebody about it, the nightmare will not come true. All right, let's move geographically for a moment to South America and see what South America says. Are you ready? If you cut a baby's hair before it learns to walk, what do you think will happen?
I don't know.
It will delay when the baby starts to walk.
Uh-huh.
Now, please remember the double dose of trouble. First of all, they said, do not cut the fingernails before the first birthday. Do not, in any way, shape, or form, cut the baby's hair before it learns to walk. But remember this, don't even do it on a Saturday because you'll have bad luck twice. What do you think? Double jeopardy? Now we're going to start to get in some of the good ones. All right, you know this one. When somebody rings in your ear is ringing. What does that mean?
Somebody talking about you.
Yeah, I know you believe that one. I know you believe that one because you know, oh, somebody must be talking about me because my ear is ringing. But what you never learned was, how do you stop them from saying bad things about you?
I don't know.
Bite your tongue. Yep, if your ear is ringing, bite your tongue. And uncontrollably, that person, no matter where they are, who is talking about you, will turn around and say only good things about you. You believe that one?
No.
No?
No.
So let me ask you this question. Has your ears ever rang?
Sometime.
And you're going to allow people to stand when people talk about you, is it usually good or bad?
Should be good.
But what is it realistically?
I don't know.
So you even though you just heard this, you will not. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. Alrighty. Have you ever looked for your soulmate?
No,
And you found him?
he's right here.
But you know what? I don't know if I can answer this question.
What?
So and I don't know if you want to answer this question, but here's what I would recommend. If you have a daughter or a granddaughter or great-granddaughter who is looking for a soulmate, okay, but they haven't found them yet, I want you to call them up and tell them about the South American superstition that says the following. On New Year's Eve, if you are wearing red panties, you will find your soulmate. Even better, I got a better idea. Send them a pair of red panties. And they'll ask why. And they said, because these are the superstitions. This is, by the way, don't believe me, this is what the people in South America do. Don't call them crazy. Because you know you wouldn't walk under a ladder either, okay? And you know what you would do to a black cat, and you know in the other countries it means good luck. So don't be so fast to call these people crazy. All right, let's see what else we can do right here and see what this does for us. Cutlery is mystical. Cutlery.
Knives and
Yep,
forks?
listen to this. If you drop a knife on the floor, means a fight will start. If you want to have a male visitor, drop a fork on the floor, and a male visitor will come to see you. If you want a female visitor to come see you, drop a spoon on the floor, and you will be visited by a female. Please, post-COVID, I want everybody to stay safe until you're allowed to do that. Now, are these things true or not? I don't know. But let's begin to find out where the whole myth of Friday the 13th came from the Western European superstitions. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Why is Friday the 13th so bad? Here we go. Friday the 13th. This occurred as the following. The fear believed to have originated with the fall of the Knights Templar. Do you know that? A highly respected group of former crusaders known for their righteousness and sense of duty. King Philip IV of France needed money to fund his ambitions, and he knew that the Templars allegedly held vast stores of gold from the Holy Land. He was deeply in debt to them. On Friday, October 13th, in the year 1307, a coordinated mass attack on Templars' holdings in France was carried out. The Templars were arrested and all of their goods confiscated. Templars outside of France escaped the fate, but Philip had forced the hand of the Pope, and the other Knights of Templar were eventually dissolved.
That's how the whole Friday the 13th...
That's how the whole Friday the 13th occurred. So can you imagine for a moment, it's Friday the 13th, and you just wait a second. Don't tell me, Andy, that is full of malarkey, because you know as well as I do that when Friday the 13th comes around, aren't you just a bit cautious? You can't say no. You too, right? Are you superstitious in general?
It depends on the superstition.
Now, why is that? I'm going to pause for a moment and have a conversation with her. It's okay for you to listen in. Why?
Just something I've grown up with that I've heard over and over again. This, with the red string, don't walk under a ladder. There's something. Other things I'll poo-poo. Some things I'll say, oh, this might be somewhat of True.
Without proof?
Without proof.
Interesting. No scientific proof whatsoever. But here's another one. Why do you say God bless you or Gesundheit when somebody sneezes?
Nice thing to do.
Oh yeah, we do nice things. Oh yeah, that's naturally within us.
Well, people you sneeze in public and someone doesn't know you, says God bless you.
Well, why don't they say hope
I
you
don't
feel
know.
why don't they help you feel
nice.
better? Okay,
They're being nice.
How about wearing a mask? I mean, why don't they say that? Okay, this is where it comes from. When we say bless you, this relatively dense population of Western Europe allowed for the plague of the 1300s. Ooh, there's 13 again.
Yeah.
Of the 1300s to spread. And they knew it spreaded when people made social contact with others. And they knew it spread when people sneezed, just like COVID. So when somebody sneezed and somebody was in the area, they said, God bless you, to make sure that it stops the spread of the disease.
Interesting.
Did you know that?
What? No. I didn't know that.
Here's something else you didn't know. All from Western Europe, by the way. And by the way, many of us have ancestry from Western Europe. And if you don't believe that, go take a DNA test and you'll find out. So let's go even further. When you have a hiccup, is that just something in your body, or what? There's a new meaning to that? And there's no reason I should ask you, because there's no reason you'd know the answer, because I didn't until I did this. And that is, when you have the hiccups, somebody is talking about you. Again.
Really?
Yeah. So
how do you get them to stop?
Please, I told you that.
I know, but
Yeah, you bite your tongue.
Yeah, but how do you stop the hiccup?
Oh, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I'll tell you what, I have an idea. You know, the old way is to scare somebody, right?
Boom.
Or to take a breath or whatever. So you want to prove this superstition? Here you go. Next time you have the hiccups, that means someone's talking about you. If you want to have them stop saying something bad, bite your tongue. If they shut up, you will stop having the hiccups.
Okay.
You're in control. You're in control. Did you know that? All right. Here comes the one about the open ladder.
The open ladder.
Yeah, or why should you not walk on? I told you I saved the best for last. Why should you not walk under a ladder?
People say it's bad luck.
Yeah, why? I know
I
what
don't
they
know.
say.
We've heard it. I don't know. Don't walk under a ladder. It's bad luck.
Now, let me explain to you what kind of people
Okay.
we are, okay? We don't do these things, but we had no idea why.
Right.
We avoid it. We go around it, right? Oh, can't
right.
walk under a ladder. We don't know why.
Right. We don't know why.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever heard of anybody having an accident when they walk under a ladder? Just between
Having
me
what?
and an accident when they walk under the ladder?
No, I don't think so.
No. Is there any statistical proof or analysis that says this should be done? No. But here's the superstition. It seems that an open ladder forms a what? What kind of a shape does an open ladder form?
A triangle.
Triangle, yes, it forms a triangle. A shape known to be especially magical. Triangles are known as magical. I wonder if there's any relationship between that and the Jewish Star of David. Anyway.
Or the Trinity with three.
Or the Trinity.
With three.
Ooh, I didn't think of that. Walking under the ladder breaks the mystical shape and perhaps upsets the various spirits, good spirits, that live there, disturbing the symmetry and bringing bad luck. In some traditions, it can actually kill you. So, listen, in another course way back when, I taught you how to commit the perfect murder, and I explained to you what the perfect murder is. Remember what the perfect murder is? Or the perfect crime? The perfect crime is when a crime is committed, but nobody knows that the crime is committed. So listen to me very carefully. If there's somebody you don't like, okay, take him to Home Depot and tell him to walk under a ladder. No one will know of the recording. Something will happen, and you go home scot-free. That's all. Simple as that. Okay? Now, when you're in court, don't blame me. I'm just telling you this is what they say. All right, here we go. A horseshoe is what? Is what?
A lucky thing.
Why is it a lucky thing?
I have no idea.
You're going to find out. Would you
Yes.
like to know?
Yes.
Yeah. So the reason why a horseshoe is a lucky thing, because you got to be extra wealthy to own a
horse.
A horse. And people say if you're extra wealthy, you probably had some
Horseshoe. What?
good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Right.
Therefore, the horseshoe is affected by good luck. And we got a few more for you. Don't leave this. These are the best. You know what people do on New Year's Eve? they swim in the cold water. Why do they swim in the cold water? Because New Year's Eve brings good health for the entire year when you do that. The belief has been morphed. Yes?
Doesn't that club do that on New Year's
Yeah,
Day?
yeah.
Oh, they do? They
Yep.
run out in the cold
Yep.
water?
Yep, and they all have good luck because they're back there every year. This belief has been morphed into a worldwide phenomenon known as polar bear plunging.
Yeah.
Rather than doing it for health benefits, the current fad is more about how cold water and how long the swimmers can stay in it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to a few more, and here we go. When you got married, did your husband, ladies, did your husband carry you across the
threshold?
Yep, I think I did with you. I insisted on that, and I would do it again. Now, have you done that? Mm-hmm. Do you ask your kids or grandkids or great-grandkids when they got married, did he carry you over the threshold? Why are you interested? Why should you, as a woman, be carried over the threshold?
Good
You
luck.
have any idea?
Good luck?
Well, yeah, good luck. But where did that all come from?
I have no idea.
No idea. Well, here we go. This ancient superstition stems from the belief in house spirits. If the bride were to stumble upon entering her new home, evil spirits catch her unprepared, and enter her body, causing difficult childbirths or even sterility. Carrying the bride through this dangerous passage avoids this. So men, I please don't take offense when I say this, but if you've ever, and you shouldn't do this, but if you've ever called your spouse the devil, that's because you didn't carry her across the threshold, and evil spirits entered her body, and all because you didn't carry her across the threshold. You see, you had no idea of these. You had absolutely no idea. Let me end with one that's really interesting that I think you'll find really, really exciting. And that is, if a woman today, if you can find one, who is a virgin, and she doesn't know whether the next year she will become a bride or not, there is now a way to find out. But you have to be very careful. You can't go asking people, are you a virgin? So you just have to say to them, hey, guess what superstition I heard? So that would be the best way to do it. So talk to your family members if you believe that they need this guidance to find out whether or not they're going to be able to find their soulmate, in addition to what we talked about earlier about finding a soulmate. And you remember what that was? You don't even remember. The red panties.
The red panties.
How can you forget? Now listen very carefully. If a virgin wants to know whether she'll marry in the coming year, she should knock on a chicken coop at midnight on Christmas Eve. If the rooster squawks, she will marry. If the hen squawks, she won't. And that came from the country of Germany. So, Carol, we had a little bit of a session here on superstitions, and in the beginning we thought it was a bunch of Bubba Misa, but yet there are so many people, including you, who believe in this stuff. Now that you've heard some of the origins, give us your impression and ideas about the world of mythology, the world of fables, including the Golem, including the Bigfoot, including some of the major things that we talked about, the ladder, the black cats, and the whole nine yards. Give me some, share with the good folks.
So I think that all these things were very, very interesting, and it was more interesting to know why we do this. Like you said, we do this out of road. We do this because this is what we've heard over and over again. Don't walk under the ladder. It might change my thinking about doing some of these things or not doing some of these things. But I found it very interesting. Some of the things I thought were very laughable, very amusing, very laughable. Some of it was very silly, and some of it was far-fetched. But on the whole, I thought it was very, very interesting because you hear things and you do things, but you never know the reason why. And so now I know the reason why.
So you said you might do some things.
I might do something differently.
Like what?
I don't know. I think I might think twice about the ladder. I never walked under a ladder, but I don't know. I might do things differently.
No.
I never. What?
Please.
No. I'm not walking.
Please.
No. It never occurred to me about black cat or anything like that. But
Who knows?
who knows?
Who knows? Who
Who
knows what superstitions bring?
Right.
And these superstitions are not only in America, and as I mentioned earlier, and I think I proved my point, even when you signed on and began watching this or listening to it, you probably said to yourself, superstitions. But when I started talking about Friday the 13th, ask yourself this question. Do you want to live on the 13th floor of a building? No. Do you want to do good things do you want to do risky things on Friday the 13th? No. When you see a black cat, are you still going to be, were you somewhat startled crossing your path? Absolutely. So these are some of the, no?
Well, I believe in witches, so they don't scare me.
How about warlocks?
I don't like warlocks.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything about warlocks. But, as again, the point being, as much as these superstitions seemed totally out of whack, many of us in the world actually believe in some of this stuff in beginner's luck. So, with that being said, my name is Andy Greenberg, and this is...
I'm Carol.
And we hope that you enjoyed this journey through the world of the occult, the mystical, magical world of superstitions that are meant to either scare you and bring you bad luck or make you happy and smile and bring you good luck. And please, if you're looking for a supply of red panties, see me later. I've got a whole bunch of them in my trunk. They are not used. They are brand new, and I will be more than happy to sell them to you wholesale. Until we meet again, we'll see you, and we truly hope you enjoyed this session. Stay healthy, stay happy, and enjoy. Bye-bye.